Weakness is not a life sentence imposed by age. Most of the time, the real culprit hides in the least expected place, in what you put on your plate during the first 10 minutes after waking up. Throughout my career, I've seen it time and again. A silent sabotage that happens right on the breakfast plate, strangling blood flow right where it's needed most. And the alarming fact is that 99% of men over 60 are making this exact mistake unknowingly every morning. This is what shocks my patients the most. Their first meal of the day. It either nourishes healthy circulation toward the pelvic area or slowly strangles it. Day after day, that choice is everything. But what's even more surprising is that most men ignore a simple yet immensely powerful food that could completely flip the script. It's right there in your kitchen, underrated and underused. I'm Dr. Mariana Rocha, a specialist in men's health. For over 2 decades, I've helped thousands of gentlemen dismantle this trap. And today, I'll show you exactly how to turn your breakfast into your secret weapon. Big Pharma wants you to believe the answer is in a bottle of pills, but your body already knows how to heal if you give it the right tools. And those tools aren't prescriptions. They're found in 4 specific foods you'll eat tomorrow morning. In just a few minutes, you'll discover exactly what they are. Common, affordable, but life-changing when used correctly. I'm talking about stronger blood flow, resilient pelvic muscle tissue, and renewed confidence without side effects. Just your body working for you again. And food number 3. My patients report feeling its impact faster than anything else, some in less than a week. Stay tuned because I'll reveal why it's so powerful near the end. If you're ready to reclaim your vitality right where it counts, click subscribe and turn on the bell. Every week we break down real, science-backed strategies for your strongest years. And gentlemen, leave a 1 in the comments if this resonates with you. If not, tell me with a 0. I read them all. Solution 1. Black beans. All right, let's get straight to the core of the matter. Our first pillar may seem very humble, but don't let its simplicity fool you. Just a 1/4 cup of black beans in the morning can kickstart the process of supporting blood circulation to the places where you need it most. This small portion offers a powerful combination of L-arginine, magnesium, and anthocyanins, nutrients your body relies on to dilate blood vessels and improve circulation throughout the pelvic region. If you've been dealing with the feeling of tight, cramped leg muscles, slow blood flow, or food number 1, the power of black beans for nitric oxide. Those frustrating moments when things just don't respond like they used to. The root of the problem could trace back to what's missing from your breakfast plate. Many gentlemen at this stage of life either skip breakfast entirely or grab something quick and empty. Maybe a slice of toast or just a cup of coffee. That might seem convenient, but it does absolutely nothing to support the nitric oxide your body needs to relax blood vessels and restore pelvic strength. By the time you reach 60, your body's natural nitric oxide production has already declined significantly. This means the smooth muscle tissue in your groin area no longer receives the oxygen-rich blood flow it once did. The result is less energy, weaker firmness, and more circulation issues than you'd like to admit. Black beans help reverse that process naturally. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Aren't beans just gas-producing carbs? That's a common misconception. But with proper preparation, like soaking them overnight or using a modern pressure cooker, black beans become gentle on your stomach and incredibly potent for your health. Nutritionally, black beans are richer in essential amino acids than many so-called protein bars you'll find at the supermarket. Plus, they come with a built-in bonus: high fiber content that helps stabilize blood sugar and keeps digestion smooth. No energy crashes, no glucose spikes. Dr. D. Funca Hernandez, a prominent vascular researcher, Recently published findings showing that just a couple of tablespoons of black beans can boost nitric oxide levels to amounts comparable to low-dose prescription vasodilators. That's right. Something as basic as a spoonful of well-prepared beans can help your body do what pharmaceutical companies charge a fortune for. Here's how black beans really work inside your body to restore blood flow where it matters most. They're packed with L-arginine, a critical amino acid that triggers a powerful chain reaction. Once inside your body, L-arginine stimulates an enzyme called eNOS, endothelial nitric oxide synthase. This enzyme sends signals to your blood vessels to relax and expand, allowing more oxygen-rich blood to reach the groin, legs, and all the areas where circulation often suffers in later years. And that's not all. Black beans contain anthocyanins, a natural compound that calms inflammation by regulating nitric oxide production. Too much inflammation clogs things up. Anthocyanins help restore balance, so the nitric oxide your body produces actually reaches the tissues that need it. Then there's the soluble fiber. It helps eliminate excess LDL cholesterol, the kind that thickens your arteries and slows circulation. Cleaner arteries mean less resistance and stronger flow, especially during physical activity or those moments when you need firmness and confidence. Black beans also contain natural compounds like ferulic acid and caffeic acid that protect your blood vessels from oxidative damage. This protection helps preserve the nitric oxide you work so hard to produce, so your body not only makes it, but keeps it working longer. In the first few weeks, many men report feeling warmer hands and feet, fewer nighttime leg cramps, and more reliable morning firmness. That's a sign that circulation is kicking back in, not just in your extremities, but in the pelvic region, where blood flow matters most for men's health. Don't be fooled. Food number 2. Oats and chia, the duo for clean arteries. One of my patients, Ricardo, a 68-year-old retired architect, started adding a tablespoon of black beans to his scrambled eggs 3 mornings a week. After just 1 month, he said he could finally walk the full loop around the park without that fatiguing dead leg sensation. But what really encouraged him, he said, was that mornings started feeling like normal mornings again. No pills, no pressure, just progress. Now, a quick note on smart black bean usage. Start small, around a 1/4 cup, especially if your body isn't used to fiber-rich legumes. Rinse them well before cooking to remove oligosaccharides. Those are the compounds that can cause gas. If you have gout, keep portions modest. Black beans contain purines that can worsen flares in sensitive people. And if you're on blood thinners, keep an eye on your vitamin K levels. Black beans don't have huge amounts, but it's worth tracking as part of your routine care. The real victory here is how something as basic as a spoonful of beans can make you feel strength returning to your thighs again. This is the kind of power that doesn't come from a bottle. It comes from real, earth-grown foods, the kind your body understands and responds to. Now let's move on to the next food, a creamy, nutrient-dense option that not only improves blood vessel elasticity, but also helps your testosterone work smarter. Solution 2. Steel-cut oats with almonds and chia. The second component of our quartet for circulatory recovery is a warm bowl of steel-cut oats topped with toasted almond flakes and a tablespoon of pre-hydrated chia seeds. This isn't just comfort food. It's targeted nutritional therapy, specifically for your arteries. I call it the second part of the circulatory symphony, and it works because it delivers 3 elements your body craves right at the start of the day: stable energy, muscle support, and vascular repair. Many of the gentlemen I know admit to skipping breakfast entirely, opting for black coffee and nothing else. This might seem efficient, but your body interprets that routine differently. Cortisol spikes, muscles tense, blood vessels constrict, and by mid-morning, you're drained. That second or third cup of coffee isn't helping your stamina. It's just masking a bigger issue: poor blood sugar control and bad nutrient timing. Others go for a quick pastry or sugary cereal. which sends your blood sugar on a roller coaster and leaves you exhausted by noon. Gentlemen, you deserve better than that. Instead of a sugary breakfast or nothing at all, whip up a bowl of steel-cut oats in 5 minutes, topped with toasted almonds and a tablespoon of chia seeds soaked overnight in water. This simple switch can completely transform how your body feels, even before lunchtime hits. You're providing a base of complex carbs for steady energy, no peaks and crashes. Chia seeds bring fiber, protein, and hydration to slow digestion and support sustained energy. And almond flakes add healthy fats and magnesium, both critical for muscle and blood vessel function. The secret lies in the steel-cut oats. They're loaded with a fiber called beta-glucan, which acts like a sweeper to clear LDL cholesterol from your bloodstream. Clinical trials have shown that just one bowl a day can reduce LDL by up to 10% in 4 weeks. When cholesterol drops, your arteries widen, and that means stronger, steadier blood flow to the body parts that rely on healthy circulation to function properly. Oats also contain a rare group of compounds called avenanthramides. These natural antioxidants activate the same eNOS enzyme we talked about earlier, the one that helps your body release nitric oxide and relax blood vessels. They also suppress a pathway called NF-kappa B that drives vascular inflammation. When that pathway calms down, your blood vessels stay flexible and responsive. In one study, men who added oats to their diet saw a 1% increase in flow-mediated dilation, FMD, a key marker of vascular health. It might not sound like much, but in vascular science, 1% means a real improvement in how your arteries behave under stress. Now let's talk about what happens when you add chia seeds to that oat bowl. These tiny black seeds actively support your blood vessels. When soaked overnight in water, chia seeds form a mineral-rich gel that hydrates your digestive tract and creates a smooth, slow energy release throughout the morning. But what makes chia truly effective for circulation is what's inside that gel. Each seed delivers a natural compound called ALA, or alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. In people with metabolic syndrome, ALA has been shown to reduce arterial stiffness and lower blood pressure without meds. This effect isn't mild, it's measurable. Chia doesn't just help you feel full. It gently encourages water release through the kidneys, a natural diuretic effect, reducing the pressure your heart needs to overcome to push blood through your vessels. That means less strain on your circulation and more efficient blood delivery to your extremities and pelvic floor. One of my patients, Javier, a 64-year-old financial advisor with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, swapped his sugary boxed cereal for this simple combo of oats, almonds, and chia. After just 8 weeks, his labs told the story. His endothelial progenitor cells, the body's repair team for damaged blood vessels, doubled, and his insulin resistance dropped by 12%. But what hit him hardest wasn't the numbers. He said, and I quote, "My bedroom confidence came back even before my lab results." That's the kind of comment I never forget. Now, some smart prep tips. Soak chia seeds overnight in water or unsweetened almond milk. Dry chia seeds expand quickly, and if swallowed without hydration, they can swell in the esophagus and cause discomfort. Oats are generally well tolerated, but if you have celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, make sure it's certified gluten-free. Avenin, a protein in oats, can still trigger reactions in some people. And finally, while almonds are loaded with magnesium. And food number 3, green tea, the secret to rapid vasodilation. Polyphenols, they're calorie-dense. Limit yourself to no more than 2 tablespoons if you're watching your weight. What you've built with this bowl is a form of vascular rehab through food. The soluble fiber in oats sweeps LDL cholesterol from your arteries. The polyphenols in oats and almonds repair your blood vessel lining, and chia's hydrating anti-inflammatory effect keeps everything flowing, especially down there where circulation makes a direct difference in how you feel every day. This is more than breakfast. It's your body's software update in edible form. Now, before we move to the third food, I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite oat add-in that helps with blood flow? Do you use cinnamon, berries, cacao nibs, or something else? Let me know in the comments. I read every one, and your input helps others build better habits. Solution 3. Green tea. Green tea. Next up, green tea. One of my patients, Mateo, is 72 years old, a brilliant mind who still solves crosswords with a pen. But he came to me frustrated about something he hadn't shared with anyone. His energy and performance were fading, especially in intimacy. No stamina, no drive. He wasn't looking for pills. He just wanted to feel like himself again. We didn't start with a prescription. We started with his routine. Mateo was drinking a sugary soda every afternoon for a pick-me-up. I asked him to swap it for a simple drink, a cup of hot sencha green tea. That was it. 3 weeks later, he walked into my office smiling. "Doctor," he said, "my teapot is cheaper than Viagra." Now, you might think green tea is just caffeinated flavored water. That would be a mistake. Green tea, especially high-quality sencha, contains something a soda never will. A powerful compound called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. This catechin activates a biochemical pathway in your blood vessels that boosts nitric oxide, the molecule your body needs to widen arteries and get healthy circulation going again, especially in the pelvic region. It stimulates the PI3K pathway, a cascade that reactivates your body's own endothelial nitric oxide synthase. That means more blood reaches those lower zones with less pressure, less resistance, and more reliability. And this happens fast. A clinical study showed that a single cup of green tea increased flow-mediated dilation, the ability of your arteries to expand, by up to 30% in just 2 hours. Compare that to black tea or energy drinks. Green tea retains more gallates, the active components that fight oxidative stress and protect your nitric oxide from breakdown. So if you're starting your day with oats and black beans at breakfast, great. But adding a cup of green tea in the morning or replacing that afternoon sugary drink could be the step that brings blood flow back to the places that matter most. And in case you're wondering, Mateo still drinks his sencha every day. Not because he has to, but because it works. In clinical studies with patients suffering from coronary artery disease, men with severe vascular issues, a daily dose of 300 milligrams of EGCG improved blood flow to the pelvic region. That's a measurable change in the arteries that control how things work during intimacy. Mateo didn't just feel better. He had the proof. After 6 weeks of daily green tea, his follow-up duplex ultrasound showed an 18% improvement in peak systolic cavernous velocity. That's the actual speed at which blood flows into the penile arteries. To put it in context, even a 10% increase can improve confidence and physical readiness. Mateo got nearly double that. No pills, no side effects, no guesswork. Just a teapot and consistency. Now, if you're considering making green tea a daily habit, and you should, here's how to do it right. First, don't boil it to death. Use loose sencha leaves, about 2 grams per cup, and steep in water at 80 degrees Celsius, not boiling. 3 minutes is all it needs. If you leave it longer or at higher temps, you'll destroy the very catechins your arteries crave. For best results, drink 1 cup in the morning. This sets your nitric oxide levels for the day. Then, if you're planning an intimate moment, have a second cup about an hour beforehand. That timing triggers a short-term vasodilator effect, meaning blood vessels expand more easily when you need it. If you want to get more out of each cup, add a squeeze of lemon. Vitamin C triples catechin absorption in your gut, meaning more nitric oxide, more circulation, and better results, without added calories or sugar. Now, green tea is powerful, but that doesn't mean more is always better. Limit to under 5 cups a day. High doses of EGCG, especially from concentrated supplements, can stress the liver, particularly if you're on cholesterol meds like statins. If you're taking drugs like sildenafil, space your green tea by at least 2 hours. Green tea catechins can interact with liver enzymes that affect how those meds are processed. It's a simple timing tweak that keeps everything running smoothly. Some men worry that green tea might reduce testosterone. That only happens at extreme doses, far beyond typical consumption levels, and even then, it's minor and temporary. For most men, the circulation benefits far outweigh any hormonal shift. Every sip of green tea rewrites your body's vascular script: smoother flow, more flexible arteries, a calmer heart, and, for many men, a quiet food number 4. Blueberries to combat vascular oxidative stress. Boost of confidence where it matters most. In the next section, I'll show you the common pantry food that, when added to breakfast, multiplies green tea's effect and helps keep testosterone, energy, and stamina stable all day. Solution 4. Blueberries. Think about this for a moment. A simple handful of blueberries, something you can hold in the palm of one hand, has the ability to widen your arteries even before your smartwatch logs your first 500 steps. These small, dark fruits are packed with compounds that get to work quickly. In as little as 2 hours, they start improving blood vessel function, helping your arteries relax and carry oxygen-rich blood more smoothly throughout your body, including the areas responsible for intimacy and stamina. For men over 60, this kind of natural support is crucial. Now, you might have heard the objection: fruit has sugar, it's bad for glucose levels. That sounds reasonable until you look at the numbers. A full cup of blueberries has only about 10 grams of natural sugar. That's less than what's in a slice of bread. And more importantly, blueberries contain anthocyanins, plant compounds proven to stabilize blood sugar and promote vasodilation. In other words, they don't spike your insulin. They support your blood vessels. And timing matters. Right after waking, your body is in a vulnerable state. Your nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for helping blood vessels expand, is low. Meanwhile, oxidative stress is high, meaning your arteries are under more pressure than usual. That's exactly why blueberries belong on your breakfast plate. The anthocyanins they contain help kickstart nitric oxide production and reduce oxidative stress. That means your arteries become more flexible and ready to circulate blood efficiently, especially in the areas that tend to weaken first with age. Clinical research shows that eating 240 grams of blueberries, about a full cup, can improve something called flow-mediated dilation, or FMD, by up to 2%. That might sound like a small number, but here's the truth. A 1.5% to 2% boost in FMD means your arteries are expanding better. Blood flows more efficiently, and oxygen is reaching areas that tend to lose function first, especially the lower regions tied to energy, intimacy, and confidence. And this isn't just a one-time effect. When you eat blueberries regularly, those circulation improvements become long-term. That's because of what your body makes from the blueberries' compounds, natural byproducts like protocatechuic and vanillic acids. These metabolites actually influence how your genes regulate vascular tone, manage inflammation, and control how cells stick to artery walls, all of which matters for keeping blood moving freely throughout your body. On top of that, a consistent blueberry habit has been shown to reduce systolic blood pressure by 5 to 7 points, a significant drop for anyone dealing with hypertension or poor circulation. And yes, nitric oxide increases too, meaning your blood vessels are more receptive and open to letting blood flow where you need it. Let me give you a real-world example. One of my patients over 70 An ex-smoker who took daily meds for blood pressure and performance issues started a simple habit. He added frozen blueberries to plain yogurt 3 mornings a week. That was it. Nothing extreme, no full overhaul. 6 months later, we re-measured his brachial artery function. His FMD had doubled from 3% to 6%. He told me he felt more alert, more energetic, and yes, more confident in the bedroom. He ended up having his erectile dysfunction med dose under his doctor's guidance and said he felt 10 years younger. Now, you might be wondering, is this safe for everyone? For most people? Absolutely. Blueberries are low in vitamin K, so they rarely interfere with meds like warfarin. But if you're on blood thinners, check with your doctor anyway. They're a bit high in oxalates, so if you've had kidney stones before, stick to half a cup instead of a full one. So, what does all this mean for you? Every time you eat a cup of blueberries in the morning, you're supporting your circulation in real time. Think of your arteries like highways at rush hour. Blueberries turn on the signals, clear the path, and let the traffic, your blood, flow exactly where it needs to go. And yes, that includes the areas linked to stamina, performance, and self-assurance. This is a small step with a big message. You haven't lost it, not by a long shot. Something as simple as a sweet, dark blue fruit can start changing things in a quiet, steady, and powerful way. You've made it this far, and that tells me everything. You care about taking control. Now, let's talk about the next step. The one action that starts today, not next week. Today, gentlemen, you're not just going with the flow. You're choosing to fight for your vitality. And right now, you already have the tools. But tools only work when used. Let's make breakfast your daily power move. Tomorrow morning, pick one of the foods we've covered. Just start. Perfection isn't the goal. Consistency is. Your body responds to small, daily wins. That first hour after waking is prime time for your circulation. If you skip breakfast or wait until you're starving, you miss a critical window. Your blood vessels are most receptive then. Your muscles are primed to absorb nutrients. Get this right, and you'll notice real changes. Warmer sensations in the groin, steadier energy in your legs, firmer steps upstairs. Many of my patients report better sexual response in a matter of weeks. Even better, improved sleep and a renewed sense of hope. I've seen men in their 80s reclaim ground they thought was lost forever. This is what 20 years in men's health has taught me. Aging doesn't strip you of your strength. It only takes what you stop defending. Too many men surrender their faith before their body fails. But right now, with this plate, change is in your hands. Now let's quickly recap your 4 circulation-boosting foods. First, black beans, packed with magnesium to relax blood vessels. Second, oats topped with almond flakes. Add chia seeds for an extra nitric oxide boost. Third, green tea. Its catechins fight inflammation in delicate tissues. Fourth, blueberries. These little warriors combat oxidative stress in your pelvic arteries. And remember, timing is everything. Eat one of them within 60 minutes of waking to set your circulation, energy, and confidence for the whole day. Reclaim your mornings. Let your fork become your most powerful tool. You're still writing your story. Gentlemen, this is your next act, and it starts tomorrow at your breakfast table. If this has given you practical hope, help other men find it. Hit like, share this with a friend who needs it, and subscribe. Every click supports this mission. And tell me below. Leave a 1 if you'll try a food tomorrow. Leave a 0 if something wasn't clear so I can help. Your comments build this community. Thanks for trusting me with your health today. Take action, take good care, and see you in the next video. Keep fighting.